Hey everybody, it's Eric, 80s Horror Man here, and welcome to day 26 for my 31 Days of Horror. Today I'll be doing a movie that was done in 1997, and that's I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, this movie is a very recognizable title in the late 90s, because if you watch the documentary, the Going to Pieces, The Rise and Fall of the Slasher film, they talk about how popular the slasher films were back in the 80s and how it started to fall in the 90s, because I guess after when Scream came out, then I guess when they started to come up with like this and Urban Legend, that's when the slasher genre just went downhill in the late 90s. So I Know What You Did Last Summer is basically about where you got the four friends that they decide to hang out at the beach for a little bit. Then one of them decides to tell a story about this lunatic escaped mental patient decided to escape from the mental hospital, and he has a hook for a hand. But then when they decide to leave the beach, each and one of the friends is like he get drunk, has the radio cranked up loud, and he's like he sticking half his body out through the sunroof until next he ends up dropping his liquor and end up getting it all over his friends. Then all of a sudden, that's when they end up hitting someone or something. So when they decide to find out what they end up hitting, turns out they end up hitting a person. So instead of going to the authorities, they decide to take the body here to the docks and then just toss the body into the water just to cover it up. So then exactly 1 year later, someone sends one of the friends a note saying, "I know what you did last summer," and it's got them thinking that someone knows what they did last summer, that someone knows what they did with the body and decided to toss it in water just to cover it up and not go into the authorities. So it turns out they're being stalked by someone dressed in a fisherman outfit using a fish hook for a weapon. So now these four friends are facing the consequences of who this killer is that ends up knowing what they did last summer when they said run over that person and toss the body in water just to cover it up. So it's kind of like a who done it kind of thing, because you don't know who's going around and picking off the four friends one by one and knows their secret of what they did. So I Know What You Did Last Summer. I highly recommend checking this out. So this movie does have special features. It's got filmmaker's commentary, director's short film Joyride with optional commentary. Now I Know What You Did Last Summer featurette, music video of Hush, performed by Kula Shaker, and the theatrical trailer. So there's back to the film. So out of a possible 10 for this movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer, I give this movie 8 out of 10. I also recommend checking out the sequel, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, but movie I definitely don't recommend is checking out is the third one, which is called I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, because the movie just sucked. It wasn't really that good because it doesn't have the same characters from the first two films. So I recommend checking out the first one and the second one, but don't check out the third one. So I Know What You Did Last Summer, again, an 8 out of 10 for this movie. I definitely recommend checking this movie out. Alright guys, so that's my review for my 31 Days of Horror for day 26. What do you guys think? Have you seen this movie before? If you have, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Like and subscribe to your channel, and stay tuned for some more videos. Later.